Hi everyone, thank you for stopping by today. I am on to share some projects. I was invited to do the Lady Whistledown Season 2 swap hosted by Happy Girl Tiff. And we had to create 6 embellishments, a crafter's choice, a trinket box, a sequence mix, and a dangle. And wow, I had so many ideas. I had never watched. It's from the Bridgerton movie or show, and I've never watched it. And what I did is I listened to it. I and except for the third season, I mainly watched, but this was it's been a hot minute since I have done a group swap, and just life is just super busy. I'm only home 2 days a week, but I care for my dad. He's on hospice, and I am there all my life. But anyhow, but I can get all my die cutting. I have all my die cutting there, and then the days that I'm home, I get to do my decorating. So it had been so long since I've done a swap, and I just needed to get a swap out of my system. I just needed it. So I had a super fun time. The timing was right. I was just so happy that she invited me. I was like, absolutely. So, not only that, I was playing with this collection. I was working on an album, so I had this collection out. It was like the perfect collection. It's shabby chic, tea time. So I just absolutely love it. And this collection that I'm using is it's a Ciao Bella, and it's Timeless Moments, and it's a beautiful collection. It goes with so many themes, and let's get started, and I'll show you the method to my madness. I there was This is first of all a great theme, and I love a theme. There is so much inspiration, there's so many icons, there's so many ways you could have gone, so I'm super excited to see what everybody has created. And most of my influence for this came from season 3, and I started out in one direction, and then I didn't really like it, and then I switched to something else, and then I married the two together. My issue was Lady Whistledown. You have to, of course, it's a Lady Whistledown swap. You have to include some Lady Whistledown. So I thought, she's black and white, and her. So I was trying to incorporate black and white, and my brain just couldn't fuse black and white with the shabby chicness of the pastels. But I think I got it in, and I think it's going to be fine. And hopefully, whoever receives my swap is happy. So, I started out. I'm going to package everything in this box. This is not how I started out, but that's how it's going to be. I wanted to make it a dress box. I thought, I'm going to put everything in this box and make it seem like a dress box. But it didn't turn out to be much of a dress box, because when I started cutting my paper, I cut it wrong. So I had the orientation wrong. So I was like, oh my goodness, what did I do? I mean, it could still be a dress box, I suppose, but anyhow, everything's going to go in this box. And what I did is, I just sewed it. I didn't embellish the top of the box too much, because I'm going to be stacking everything. And whoever can use the box, or whoever gets this, they can use it and store stuff in it. So I didn't want it to be too bulky. And it's beautiful. I just put some little, what is this? Diamond dust on the sugar. And I used this flat lace butterfly, which was gifted to me from Prickly Pink crafter, Miss Phyllis. Thank you. I absolutely love it. So I thought it'd be perfect to put on there, and I just sewed it. This box I got off of AliExpress. And what I did is I just sewed some lace on the side and just, use the collection. And I using some seam binding to close it up. So in season 3, butterflies are super big. And like season 1, it was like bees. I can't remember what season 2 is because I mostly listen to it with my iPods and my dad's, but I was more or less leaning towards season 3 because I was able to watch the majority of it. And butterflies are super significant, so at the end of the season, I'm not going to get into the story if you haven't watched it, but butterflies at the end come flying out everywhere. So that was my inspiration for the box. So I'm going to store all my stuff on the interior of the box. In it, I got it to fit. And then what I did is, just for the fun of it, I put these butterflies on there. Whoops. And so you get a little surprise when you open the box. So it kind of symbolizes the flying butterflies. These I just put on foam for a little dimension, but you can the recipient can remove all these and use these butterflies. So everything's going to go in this box. So for the swap, we had to do 6 embellishments, a sequence mix, a trinket box, and a bead dangle. So I think I had all my marks. So and a crafter's choice. So what I'm going to start out with is I created this silly little letter just for the fun of it. I made this envelope out of a page, put some lace on it, added this little sparkle sentiment. So inside I have a little note for my recipient, and it's my crazy humor. I hope they get it. But I wrote this note. It says, "My dearest, it is with great joy that I may bestow upon you these items in which I do hope will aid you in a delightful and most glorious season. In addition, dearest, with the utmost importance, please do endeavor to keep your name out of the broadsheets. With fondest regards, Lori." And I am no lady. The only lady I am is to my man. So there's just a little humor. So hopefully they get it. So that's my little note for my partner. And then I started with my inspiration, like I said, mostly is season 3. And the modiste helps Penelope, and she helps her smuggle in her broadsheets to the printers. So I thought she played a pretty significant role. So I thought, why not make a little shop? And I Googled her shop, and it's like black and white. So this is just kind of what I came up with. It's loosely, based off her. Let's see if I can. Here we go. It's kind of loosely based off her shop. So that's what I used for my inspiration for my book. And this is a KS Craft. This is the ice cream die and ice cream mini album die. And you can get all kinds of add-ons. There's like a coffee shop. There's a flower shop. And I can't recall what other ones, but really you could just turn it into anything. So what I did is I just embossed this, and I created the window storefront on my Cricut, and this is from the die. These I just used some alphas that I had. These flowers are from the add-on to the book. So the only thing is on the show it says she has her name on either side of this, but I didn't have enough real estate for that. So just on the spine, I just put her information on the spine. So let's just get started. I'll show you what I have. I'm going to try and be as quick as possible, but sometimes you just can't. So what I did is I just created an embellishment book, and then inside let's see if I can get it a little closer, just to give you a better view. I included one of these little dress charms because she is a modiste, and hopefully they can use it on their projects. I just tied it on, and so it'll be easy to remove. I used one of those brads just to tie it on. And then for this embellishment, I just made a little fan, put a little stamping, that is Pretty Pink Posh stamp. Put some lace on it, used the paper from the collection, put a little raggedy bow, added this little charm. So that's one embellishment. And then on the second page here, I did shakers. So I didn't over embellish them, so most of this is pretty neutral. Can go with any paper collection. So if somebody wanted to further embellish that, put a sentiment on it, they could do that. And then I just made a little perfume bottle. And then on this side, I included these little swans that I made. I used a ribbon for the feathers. I made a him and a her, so, or it could be a her and her. So, gave her a little necklace, gave him a little bow tie. And then this embellishment down here, I created like a invitation and for a ball. And I used this as a little Scrap Diva die. This is Maggie Holmes die. I stamped this music out, put a little invitation here, put a little piece of ephemera, and this is that Scrap Diva little mini envelopes. So I just made a cluster on there, and then I created this little dance card. This is actually a Chaos Craft die. It is like a little clipboard, but I just used that and just created the little dance card to go in the envelope. And just put a little fan and some music notes. So on the next page I have, I created these little gloves. And again, they can go any which way. I just have them moved this way just to fit them in the book. And it can further be embellished. Somebody can put, sentiment or their own ephemera. It's super, versatile. It'll match anything. This is a Chaos Craft die. And I just created the word delightful. These are banners. I can't recall the name exactly. This is Scrap Diva. This is a Chaos Craft die here. Then I made just a cluster on this side, a tag of, this is the Scrap Diva corset. I created some roses and just a cluster of ephemera, included a little feather. And somebody can use this, for anything. They can include it in a tag flip or, whatever. They can use it for whatever. They can add a sentiment. But the colors are all pretty neutral. And then here I put a little season 1 book of the Lady Whistledown's paper, because she kind of hides it in a dress box. So that's was the method to all my madness. And then this is a big embellishment. This is a mirror. It says lovely, and anybody can use this like on an album or, I don't know, a card even. And this actually is a mini album die, but I wasn't going to use it for a mini album. I'm going to use this on a album. And I just added some flowers. I created some little tea roses. just added some lace, some pearls, and put some lace around it, used a little tulle. So that's that. So that's my embellishment book. And let's see. Next I have, this is just a little extra. This is a Chaos Craft die, and I used, some ephemera from the collection. And so my little partner who receives can have a little tea and biscuit while they're opening their swap. So I'm including that. And this is my sequence mix. This is Scrap Diva die. This also is Scrap Diva lace bow die. It's a perfect fit for this little box, and this little box is perfect for a sequence mix. So, once you get it in, sometimes it's hard to get out. So all I did is I just created, pinks, whites, golds, put some pearls in there, and, it's a good base start for any sequence mix. So I included this little spoon. I just punched a hole, tied it on with some thread. So that is going to be my sequence mix. And then for my trinket box, I ordered these off of AliExpress, and it's a little diamond, and actually this is what it looks like when you get it, and it's just clear acrylic. And so, but I had to bling it up, so I used my Krylon. It's diamond dust, and it's like a spray on glitter, and it doesn't shed, so it's got a little sparkle to it. And I just put this little bow on and a little dangle, and I put basically this diamond of the season. So, because we're all diamonds, right? And then in here it's just my trinkets. I'm not going to take them out. But I put them in this bag because this is like an awkward little, it's not like a container. And I just included a bunch of charms and beads and cabochons that they can use on their projects. Some, just some cuteness, just throw in there. And because it's an awkward shape, you gotta get the bag in there just right so the lid will close. And then I created, here's my dangle. And what I did is I made this, actually what I did is I altered this little bag. This is a jewelry bag. And I ordered these off at Amazon Haul. And they're, just those little, like, velvet bags you put little jewelry in. So what I did is I just altered it. I took out the string and I put in some ribbon. And then I just beaded a little handle. And I added this. This is a button. Actually, I had this in my stash. I had ordered it from like AliExpress. I don't know. It was one of those things I didn't pay attention to. I thought it was so cute. And when I thought they were cabochons, but they ended up being buttons. So I finally got to use them. So I would just put this button on, put some lace around it. And then I just added some lace and trim at the bottom to make it look like a little reticule. If that's how you say it, I don't know. And then inside I have my bead dangle. And I am just including a little package of pearl beads, a little extra. I got these from a cherry on top. So just a little extra in there. And what I did is I just put this ribbon on the end so when the person gets it, you know how it is when you get a dangle, you can never find the end. So that's just to help find the end. So what I did is, this is my dangle. I just use mostly like the icons from the the shows. There's a hot air balloon. There's crown for Queen Charlotte. Here's a butterfly. I added a swan. Here's a bee, a teapot. Just some cute things. And I just did a upper and a lower focal. So there she is. That's what she looks like. And then I think last but not least, because after every successful ball, I gotta fix this, you get a little, you get a little thing of posies from, hopefully, you had a successful night of dancing. And I just created these little flowers and put a little tassel on there. I heat embossed with love. Just made this little double bow. So that's that. So that's everything I'm sending, and it's gonna pack it up like this. Oh, I did this. I also made this tag for my package with my information on the back, and whoever gets it, this is only lightly glued, so they can take it out. This can pop off, and they can reuse this wood tag. So that's that. That's everything I have. Thank you for stopping by and listening to the Method of My Madness. I hope you have a great day and you have fun crafting. Thanks. Bye.